All right, Derek Chisora. Amen, brother. Amen. Derek Chisora goes off on Eddie Hearn and Sky Sports in a press conference, spits major truth about his fight and about boxing altogether. Man, let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And also, thank you to everybody that supports on the live streams and on the Patreon. You guys really make the channel go round. This video is dedicated to my man, Ron Finkley. What's good with you, Ron Finkley? All right. Derek Chisora is fighting Joseph Parker. I believe it's in October in London. And there's going to be a fight that's going to be aired on the same evening, that is on the same card, Regis Prograis versus Josh Taylor. Now, before I say this, I want to be very clear. I like Regis Prograis a lot. Shout out to New Orleans. I like Josh Taylor. I think he's a very good fighter. The Tartan Tornado. But Derek Chisora absolutely snapped on Eddie Hearn and Adam Smith for putting that fight, Regis Prograis and Josh Taylor, as the main event on that fight card. Now, that's not the only reason why I'm cracking. I'm cracking because of what he said about the little guys. So Derek Chisora basically said, first of all, screw them little dudes. Nobody cares about them little itty bitty fighters. No, nobody care about the Muhammad Ali trophy. He hurt my heart when he said nobody cares about Muhammad Ali, but then it was like, oh, the trophy for the World Boxing Super Series. Yeah, I agree with that. Don't nobody care about who's winning the Muhammad Ali trophy for the World Boxing Super Series. And he said, look, you, Eddie, if you want me to be on this fight card, you're going to have to be in, and I'm not the main event, you got to pay me more money. Because I'm the one that on this card that people in London know. And that's obviously the truth. It's Derek, from what I can see. I believe that's the truth. Derek Chisora has been is a popular UK fighter heavyweight, and that's what I've heard for a long time. He fought Tyson Fury 2 times. He just put on an exciting fight against Spilka. He's put on several exciting fights. He's one of the top heavyweights in the UK, along with Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, and Dillian the Dope Fiend doing dope. The dude with the B sample white, right? So Derek Chisora is like, look, man, if you want me to be on this fight, you got to pay me more money. You're taking advantage of me, Eddie, and I'm not standing for it. Okay? If you want, basically you're trying to use my name and the people that are fans of me to build up these guys, and I'm not doing it unless you pay me more money. What's the deal? Loved it. Because that's what they're doing. It's obvious what they're doing. Josh Taylor is not an established name in the UK. Regis Prograis is not an established name in the UK. Regis Prograis is growing his profile and is yet to be really an established star in the United States, let alone in the UK. And what I thought about that fight from the beginning, the Regis Prograis Josh Taylor fight, was first, why they're putting this in the UK so they can make a star out of Josh Taylor. That's what I believe. I believe Regis Prograis is going to have to go in there to knock out Josh Taylor, because Josh Taylor, that's who they're going to push to be a UK superstar, and they're going to do it on the expense and the back of Derek Chisora in the heavyweight division. Because Derek Chisora and Joseph Parker have been on shows in the UK, and both of those guys are established champions. And if I have to believe that if most people are going to watch that fight, for Derek Chisora and Joseph Parker. Now, I happen to say, now I know as a hardcore fan, at least I believe as a hardcore boxing fan, that the Regis Prograis and Josh Taylor fight is probably the more important fight, because that is pushing you in at 140 pounds. It's a unification. It's 2 championship belts on the line in the for the unification of the a unification fight at 140 pounds. Similar to the fight that's taken place in the month prior to that with Errol Spence Jr. and Shawn Porter. But look, man, Derek Chisora is telling the truth. He's like, boxing's about the heavyweights. Boxing's about the heavyweights. And I've been saying this on video after video after video. I talk about this all the time on the pound, like when we have conversations about who's the greatest fighter of all time, and somebody wants to put a guy that weighs 126 pounds as the greatest fighter of all time, when he ain't got a snowball's chance in hell of beating the best, of beating hundreds and hundreds of guys, it light heavyweight, cruiserweight, heavyweight. So it's like the difference between what the media wants to be the case and the people that they want to sell, and the people that boxing has really always been built around. From the time of the beginning of modern boxing, which probably starts, for the sake of it, let's just say around 1800, the sport has always revolved around heavyweights. For one major reason, I believe. They are actually regular big men that if you watch, you have the feeling that you yourself could not beat them. It is really hard to say. It's 100 and 140 pounds too. 147 pounds has been a dynamic division. On occasion, the 160 pound has been a dynamic division. And by that I mean one where the focus of the sports world and is placed, not just boxing, but the center of the sports world. But it's heavyweights number 1, number 2 is welterweights, number 3 might be middleweights, and then number 4 is probably lightweights. But never has there been this not an in-between class like 140 pounds. But when Derek Chisora just clowned Eddie Hearn like that, man, I was like, thank you. Because I thought when Derek Chisora started fighting on these Matchroom cards, I was like, all right, man, is Derek Chisora going to just be a shill for Eddie Hearn, right? And obviously, man, no. Obviously, this guy had his own mind, and is like, no, man, if you're going to try to build these little dudes off of my back, you're going to have to pay me for it. And you need to pay me some real money for it. Hats off to that man. Hats off to that man. Now, it'll be interesting to see what happens, because he said, or he's not going to fight. And he's saying, man, look, I hate to have to do it like this, but I got to do it like this. I got to put it out there in the media like this. Now, you know what happens with that, right? That's because these guys were blowing him off behind the scenes. Like, he had to have said something about this before. Like, hold on, man, why am I second fiddle to some World Boxing Super Series thing? Where the hell did this come from? Right? Now, I believe, if I recall correctly, this Derek Chisora Joseph Parker fight was already being negotiated, was already in the works, right? But for them to slap, for after he's already agreed to what he's gonna do, for them to demote him from the main event to a secondary event, because this was a fight against Joseph Parker. This could put him in line for this could put him in a line for a championship shot. But they're gonna demote the dude because Eddie Hearn got a chance to get the World Boxing Super Series guys, Regis Prograis and Josh Taylor. Because the World Boxing Super Series was basically going. My understanding was they were going broke. And so they had to find some way, and actually not that they were going broke, though I think that was part of it, but they were making their payments late. They were supposed to put some money in escrow for Regis Prograis, and Regis Prograis said he was going to pull out if they didn't get the money there. So, and he was going to look to fight Adrian Bronner or somebody like that. I wish that that's actually what would have happened, though, to tell you the truth. But, so for Derek Chisora to say that and front Eddie Hearn out there like that, man, that shit was, it was classic. Sorry for cussing in the middle of the video. That was classic and so much deserved because you know Eddie is on all that just sneaky crap. But so for 3 levels, man, I was so amped about that I had to do a video right away. One, much respect to Derek Chisora for the pure comedy of it. Number 2, pointing out that people really want to see heavyweight boxing. That's really where the meat of the heavyweights are. And he told Regis Prograis to be quiet before I squash you. I was like, man, I like Regis Prograis, but Regis Prograis don't want no smoke with Derek Chisora. And that is the reality of the pound for pound stuff right there. Yes, he's a pound for pound. Regis Prograis is a pound for pound better fighter than Derek Chisora, but Regis Prograis don't want no smoke from that dude because in real life, it's a little too much. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.